Hi, Genki desu. Welcome to my new video, your retro video game store tour. Today I'm at Surugaya in Shinjuku. Like and subscribe to support the channel. It is a second-hand goods store. It has a lot of different merch like figures, stuffed toys, books, and video games. A lot of retro video games here too. It's a really cool store, and the prices are quite reasonable. You can get some really good games, classic games, for super cheap. So here we are. Here's like the discount corner where it says all DVD, Blu-rays and games are 500 yen and under. We have some GameCube games here, like Mario Party, Dobutsu no Mori, Mario Party 6. It's 220 yen. So cheap. That's like less than $2. Got some FIFA games and some Naruto games for also 220 yen. Yeah, so there's a bunch of games here like that are all super crazy cheap. Even though 110 yen for one Naruto game, and Tales of Symphonia 220 yen on the GameCube. Super cheap. Here in the discount corner, we've got a bunch of Wii games, PSP games. Got a weird Derby Stallion game for 110 yen. Yep, so many cheap games here. Yeah, retro game collecting in Japan can be really cheap. I think I spent like Ichiman, like 10,000 yen here. Oh, we have Ark the Lad for 110 yen for the PlayStation 2. That's super cheap. Grandia as well. So many cool cheap games. Onimusha. Everyone's Golf. For PlayStation 3 we have Last of Us for 200 yen. And a bunch of other games. All for less than 500 yen. But a lot of them are like 100 yen or 200 yen. You can see here Kingdom Hearts on the PSP, Birth by Sleep for 200 yen. God Eater for only 110 yen. So yeah, you come to Japan, you can get so many old retro games for super cheap. I would recommend this store. But this is like the bargain section where like some of the games are not in the greatest condition, but it's of course Japan, so it's still going to be really good condition. As you can see there's Skyrim for 100 yen, Oblivion also for like 100 yen for the Xbox 360. Oh, and here I got Lost Odyssey, the demo disc for only 50 yen. Imagine that must be quite rare. But yeah, retro gaming in Japan is so much cheaper than in the West, especially in the US. So I definitely recommend if you're interested. The only problem with some of these games are region locked. Got Mario Tennis for 220 yen. But I think PlayStation 3 games onwards, they're not region locked, so that should be quite good. But in terms of Nintendo games, most of the old Nintendo systems, apart from some of the handhelds, they're all region locked systems. But yeah, you could pick up really cheap games and really cheap hardware in a shop like this. Here are some of the more expensive games they keep in the cabinets. Fire Emblem If. I think that was Fire Emblem Fates in the West. Some Super Famicom games. And some old PlayStation games as well. So yeah, loads of really good cheap games. We have the original Final Fantasy game for, I think it was for the Game Boy. Got some Sega games. And yeah, lots of Famicom games, as you can see. Oh, lots of old Nintendo Famicom games, as you can see there. Even Dreamcast. Lots of cool Dreamcast games. So yeah, it's really cool. Japan is a really cool place for retro games. So many cool shops and used shops as well. And of course it's Japan, so they keep things in super good condition. You can see a Dreamcast there for 4,000 yen. That's like $30. Super cheap. Yeah, all these things are in super pristine condition. That's the one good thing about Japan. They keep things in good condition. So you see some GameCube here for like 1,800 yen. Some Super Famicom minis. Oh, and they have some GBA. Oh, a Game Boy Color for 7,800 yen. Oh, and they have some more hardware here. So yeah, super cheap, well-priced hardware. In the cabinets, they have more expensive stuff. Some really old retro stuff here. Not sure what some of these are there, like before my time. But super cool. We have PSPs for like 5,000 yen. It's a good price. And here we have some Super Famicom games. Or, Super or SNES games. They're all well priced as well. Some of them can get a bit pricey. Like I was looking for Zelda Link to the Past, but they don't have that. And usually quite expensive. But you can get some cheap games like Donkey Kong Country for 900 yen. Or we got Bomberman 4. This one's for 2,100 yen. So yeah, so many Super Famicom games and all in really good condition. Super Mario World for 2,300 yen. Mario Kart for 1,800 yen. So many cool classic games. Yoshi's Island. Yep, so many cool classic games you can pick up for quite reasonable prices. I'm not sure how much these would cost in the States or anywhere else, but I imagine probably like 10 times more in some cases. Or at least twice as much. So yeah, the retro market in Japan is not as big as in the States. Star Fox for 1,100 yen. So that's why you can get a lot of these games for quite cheap. There's not that many collectors out there in Japan as compared to in the States. The demand is so much higher for these retro games. I think people are much more nostalgic towards the older games in the States and collecting them. So you can pick up some really good bargains here. Got a classic N64. This is the N64 section. It is kind of getting smaller every time I visit it, but they still have quite a lot of games. Like here they have the loose cartridges for like 300 yen starting from. 300 yen, that's a good price. And here's the box games. Got Mario 64 for less than 2,000 yen. Oh, we got Star Fox 64 with a Rumble Pack for 2,200 yen. Wow, that's really cheap. And what's this? Yeah, Star Fox as well again. Oh, Majora's Mask. Oh, this one's a bit pricey at 5,800 yen. But it comes with the... Looks like it came with the expansion pack. And we have a Pokemon Stadium 2, Pokemon Snap for 1,200 yen. For Smash Bros for like 2,000 yen. So yeah, we have some really good classic games for really cheap. Got Kirby there, Mario Golf, Mario Party games, Mario Story. Interesting. Mario Kart 64. Paper Mario, it looks like. The Mahjong game. And we have Yoshi's Story. So yeah, that was the N64 section. And we'll go around to the section with the PSP games. Big selection here. And on the other side we have PlayStation 2. Lots of classic games you can pick up, but Silent Hill 3 though. SOCOM and some other games. Oh, and we have a Crisis Core for the PSP on the other side. This is a cool Final Fantasy collection box. Oh, we have a PlayStation 2 memory card for 800 yen. Yeah, you can pick up all kinds of retro hardware and games here. And this is the PlayStation section where they have games like Biohazard or Resident Evil, even the director's cut. And on the other side we have some GBA games like Pokemon Fire Red and the Pokemon Sapphire and a bunch of other Game Boy Advance games. And here we have more classic Game Boy games. Got some Bomberman games and the Pokemon games. These are a bit more pricey. That one's the original Pokemon Green at 6,400 yen. And the Pokemon Blue at 6,800 yen. Pokemon Yellow 6,200 yen. So the Pokemon games are quite expensive at the moment. Pokemon is very popular, of course, in Japan. And those ones are classic retro games. We've got Sonic Advance there for around 2,800 yen. And we have some Xbox games. OG Xbox and 360. Yeah, 360 with good times. They had a lot of exclusive Japanese games, so it was quite popular in Japan. Sold like 1.6 million in Japan, which is the best-selling Xbox console so far. Yeah, I hope they can make some more exclusives again. Here we are with the PSP section. I mean, PlayStation Vita, sorry. So yeah, lots of Vita games there. And on the other side we have Wii. Huge selection of Wii games. Oh, and they've got the Donkey Konga drums, is it? Oh, is that for the Taiko no Tatsujin game? I'm not sure. Got some Wii U games there, and over to the DS section. Lots and lots of DS software on the other side, along with the PlayStation Vita. So a closer look at some of the DS games. Got the old Fire Emblem games here for like 2,000 or 3,000 yen. Pokemon games for 1,000, 1,500 yen. Got the Pikachu typing game, Pokemon typing game. Got some Chargers and Loose games there too. On the other side are the PlayStation 3 games. Final Fantasy 13 for 500 yen. And Bayonetta also 500 yen. Oh, and the Puppeteer we have there too. So SCI classic game there. And we have some 3DS on that side as well. Here we have some Amiibo, boxed and loose. Mario one and Monster Hunter ones there too. And here we have some Amiibo cards that they're selling as well. At the top there are some Monster Hunter Amiibos, but here we have Amiibo cards. A whole selection of so many Amiibo cards that you can pick up. I didn't realize there were so many Amiibo cards. And here you have some cabinets with some more hardware and some more rare Amiibos here. Quite pricey, especially the Splatoon ones. They can get quite pricey these days. Yep, especially the idols. And we have some controllers as well. Pearl Marina Amiibos. And more hardware here. PlayStation and PlayStation VR along with the Vita. And here we have the PS4 and the Switch section. With games like Live Alive and Kirby for the Switch. And on the other side is the PS4 software. We have Sakura game there. Tales of Arise. Kingdom Hearts, and yeah, lots of PlayStation 4 software here. The prices for the PlayStation 4 software are not that cheap, but the retro games you can find here are super cheap, so I'd recommend coming here. Thanks for watching and checking out this tour of the retro section of Surugaya in Shinjuku. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Ja ne!